So we are heading into our 5th country of our 3-month Balkan road trip. We're heading into North Macedonia, and we have been sitting in the border line for a long time now, maybe half an hour, and we still got a ways to go. This is probably the longest line at any border that we've seen, probably anywhere in the world. Any border, any land border that we've ever crossed, this is probably the longest line that we've ever waited in. It's so long that people are just getting out of their car and just hanging out. And I even got out and went to find a bathroom and came back, and Ryan was pretty much in the same spot, so.
Yep.
We planned on heading into North Macedonia and going to Bitola for the day, having lunch, walking around, and then going to Ohrid to check into our Airbnb. I'm hoping that's still the plan, but we are very behind schedule because of how long this is taking.
Yeah, it might just be lunch.
It might just be lunch and then
head there.
Yeah, might not really have any time for walking around or anything, but I guess we'll see. But it was already a 3-hour drive from Meteora, Greece to Bitola, and then it's still an hour to Ohrid after that. And we were hoping to get there by 11 or 12, walk around, have lunch, have enough time, because we told the lady we were checking into Ohrid at 5. And at this point, it's already 12:30, and we haven't even crossed the border yet. So, not looking too promising for the first day in North Macedonia, but so it goes. Things happen.
We'll do something.
We'll do something. If it's only lunch, it's only lunch, but the kids are hungry.
Are you hungry?
Not really, actually.
Hey, good place to go.
Still waiting at the border. No fun. It's never fun. Alright, an hour and a half later, we are across the border. Finally. And what we forgot about, and good news, is that we went back an hour because of the time change. So we just gained back pretty much the hour that we wasted sitting at the border. So it is 12:20 instead of being 1:20. So pretty happy about that. And we are about 20 minutes from Bitola. So we'll be having lunch probably around 1 o'clock, and we'll have plenty of time to walk around the city. So that worked out. Somehow it all worked out. So thank goodness for the time zone change. Saved our butts. This place is packed. There are cars and people everywhere. It is absolutely insane, and there's nowhere to park at all. Right there?
Do you have your phone?
Right there? Right there?
Do you have your phone?
So, or that's taxis. So, not really sure what we're gonna do, but I guess we're just gonna keep driving around a little bit and try to find somewhere to park on the side of the road. There's really not much available. In all the streets we've gone down trying to find parking, they're so narrow. The cars parked on both sides. You can barely fit through. There's so many people. There's so many people on bikes. So, this will be fun. Drove around a while and found a parking spot on the side of the road. So, finally gonna get out. It is now 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So we're gonna get out and find some lunch. American Women Hospital. Show it to me.
Ask for 4 slices.
Mommy.
They gave us a whole pizza.
Mommy.
They're good? Hold on. Alright, we're back in the car. We just walked around Bitola for a little while. Starting to lose my voice. But we had a great time. The town is so cute. They have one long like pedestrian avenue with all the shops and restaurants and cafes. It's super beautiful. It's really nice to walk around, but it was so busy today, so packed. There were so many cars, there were so many people. We got out and we tried to find somewhere to have lunch, and everywhere was full. All of the tables were full. There was nowhere to eat at all. We walked up and down. And we eventually just stumbled upon like a takeaway pizza place. So we wanted to just get like 4 slices of pizza, 1 for each of us, and just go find a bench in the park and eat. We asked him for 4 slices and he just said, oh, that's about the same as this. And he just ended up giving us a whole pizza. But it was only like $7 US, so we're not really gonna complain about that. Except that it was probably like the most disgusting pizza we've ever had. It tasted like maybe like worse than frozen pizza. So not the best. We did get to see both the mosques. We got to see the clock tower, the Bitola sign, which doesn't say Bitola in English. It says it in Macedonian. So we had to look that up. We did see like a little fountain. We went to the city park and we saw the playground as well, which is huge. They have like a bigger slide and play structure, and they have smaller ones for little kids. They have a big climbing structure, and they also had a carousel and trampolines there and bumper cars. And it wasn't too bad. Ethan started crying because he really wanted to go on the carousel. It was like little car carousel, and it was only 50 Macedonian dinars, which was like 88 cents in USD, so not bad. And it was probably the longest carousel ride I've ever seen in my life. I swear it was like 10 minutes long. I was like, is it ever gonna end? But then the kids had like a little meltdown because they were tired and they just wanted to go like in the bounce house and all this other stuff, and we don't really have a lot of cash on us, so we couldn't really do much more of that. So we were there for a good few hours just walking around and hanging out. Really nice. But one thing to note is that when we found parking here, it was just on the side of the road, and there are these signs on the side of the road indicating that it's like pay parking, it's like a certain zone, but we didn't see anywhere to pay. But there was a man walking up and down in like a neon vest, and we remember when we were in Turkey in Marmaris that we parked on the side of the road, and a man in the same like vest came over and he was like, oh, you have to pay to park here, you have to pay me. So I was like instantly like, okay, it's probably one of those. And when we got out of the car, he came over and he was like, you have to pay like by SMS, you have to pay by like text message. And I was like so confused, and he didn't speak a lot of English. So we looked on our phone, and you have to send like an SMS from a Macedonian phone number with like the message is supposed to stay like your plate number or like the zone you're in, and that's how you pay. We couldn't do that because we don't have a Macedonian phone number, and all we have is WhatsApp, and it wouldn't work on WhatsApp. So like we just were standing there like back and forth with him for a little while trying to figure out like through the language barrier like what we're supposed to do, and he was like suggesting that we go park somewhere else that's free, and I was like, we've driven around and around and like everything's full, like we can't do that all day. So he ended up exchanging some euros with Ryan, and Ryan paid him, and then he paid with his phone for us. It was like a whole thing. So that was fun. So if you're coming here, just know that like the payment for parking is like a little weird. We still don't really understand it. We'll probably look it up later, but we couldn't do it from our phone because we didn't have a phone number. We only have like an eSIM, which only gives us like access to like WhatsApp and like internet, like data and stuff. We don't have like an actual phone number anymore. So that was like a little strange. But I mean, I'm glad like he helped us work it out. He was really nice. It just like the language barrier is like, it's a little bit harder here than like it was in Greece, I think. Like a lot of the people we've come across, like it's a little bit harder. Even when I asked for a bathroom for Isla, we walked into a store and I was trying to ask like where the toilet was, and it was like she like barely knew what I was saying, and then she was trying to explain to me like where it was, and like it was just she's just pointing, and she finally just walked me over because like it was just she didn't really speak English, which it's okay, we never expect anyone to speak English, but it's just a very like stark contrast so far from like being in Greece and then coming here. Like the language barrier is like a little bit harder, but definitely a beautiful place. And we still have an hour and 15-minute drive to Ohrid, which is where we're staying tonight, and it is about 4 o'clock now, so we're there a good 3 hours, just about. And the kids really need a nap, like desperately, so they're probably gonna nap all the way there. So
No napping.
no napping.
Don't nap them. That's fine.
I will.
All right, let's get on the road.